How you doing, guys, and welcome to my channel, or back to my channel if you've been here before. Now today I'm having a look at the MMS 693 Batman Michael Keaton 1989 2.0. You can see I have his original Hot Toys cape that comes with him out of the box. Not the worst Hot Toys cape I've ever seen before. However, it does not drape very well. It's made of a material that just doesn't sit very well. Now this cape is wired. I'll just show you here. This rib here and the next rib along is wired, so it just prevents the cape from draping in a natural kind of fashion. So I'll just give you a look at the back there. You can see that it just doesn't drape very well at all. So I decided to get the Jackson Zoo cape. Just even as much as I foots it, guys, it just doesn't sit very well. So like I said, I decided to get the Jackson Zoo cape. So I'm going to put the Jackson Zoo cape on him now, and we'll take a look at the difference, I suppose. Just before I put the cape on him, we have the Hot Toys original cape here laid out flat, and I'm just going to open up the Jackson Zoo cape that arrived to me today, and I'm going to lay it out in front of it, and we'll just have a little size comparison, I suppose. Now, it's made of a very different material to the Hot Toys one. It's a thinner material. It feels just as heavy, but it's thinner. It's a very thin material. And the reason why it feels just as heavy, obviously, is because it is larger in size. You can see it is longer, and there is significantly more material to the Jackson Zoo cape than there is the Hot Toys one. It completely blanks out the Hot Toys cape there, as you can see, and it is a very different shape. And as I said, it's made of a thinner material, and just looking at it there, you can see it looks like a stressed leather. It's not even it doesn't even feel like a pleather. I don't think it is. I don't know what material Jackson uses, but you can see there it just looks like a stressed leather. It's really nice material. So anyway, we will get the cape on the figure and we'll see what it looks like on him. And here is the Jackson Zoo cape on the 2.089 Keaton Batman. Straight away you can see it is significantly better on the figure. It just drapes and hangs so much more naturally, and all those little creases and folds just make the cape sit so much better. And it is that little bit longer that it just tips the ground there. So it is more movie accurate in my opinion than the Hot Toys one, because I do believe that in the movie it did just tip the ground. Just turn them around there, you can see again it drapes so much better at the back. Even it sits, if I can just get them balanced and sitting right now, it drapes so much better at the back. I'll just pan it out there and you can see how much better it just sits. And it looks, now it looks very shiny on camera, but in hand it's not really as shiny as it looks with those intense lights on it on camera. But you can see there the stressed leather look to it. It looks very natural and really nice. Now, as I said previously, the Hot Toys one's not the worst cape I've ever seen. However, if you want a drape cape, this is well worth the investment, guys. The extra money for this drape cape, if you want to elevate the figure to the next level, it just makes it look that little bit more realistic, I suppose. And looking at it there, the Hot Toys capes and a lot of aftermarket capes, they do that kind of triangular shape when they sit when they sit down. They try and sit natural and they just point out like that. You can see this cape here just doesn't really want to do that at all. It just doesn't want to do it. If you just push the arm in there, And you can see it just wants to sit naturally as it did in the movie, as opposed to that pointing out in the triangle shape that a lot of the capes do, and a lot of the Hot Toys capes do. So just panning up and down again, and we will now have a look at it with the cape over the shoulders. Now, I know he does this a bit in the movie, he does have it over the shoulder. I don't think either of these capes now are designed to really go over the shoulder like this. The Hot Toys one nor the Jackson Zoo one are really designed to do that. However, even with the more material in the Jackson Zoo one, it does sit a bit better over the shoulder. I'll just show you here is the Hot Toys one, and it doesn't really sit very naturally at all. To me, that's not very acceptable. I wouldn't pose him like that. I wouldn't really pose the Jackson Zoo one like that either, but at least the Jackson Zoo one does look that little bit more natural, and it would be an option to pose him like that. And next up we have, again, just panning in at the Jackson Zoo cape, just to give you another look at it from straight up and straight down. And again, it just looks really natural and flows really naturally and is the right length. And then we have the Hot Toys one, straight up, straight down. And you can see it's crinkled there. It appears to be a thicker material, even just looking at it on camera, and it doesn't quite reach the length that it should do. And then from the back, this is the Hot Toys one. You can see it is all crinkled up there and doesn't sit very naturally, and tries to do that kind of triangle shape. It doesn't look very nice at all. And then I'll just show you a side profile of the Jackson Zoo. Again, sits really, really nice. Reaches the ground as it should. And you can even see the shape of his arm almost in there. Well, you can actually see the shape of his arm in there, which is, again, movie accurate. You can see seeing the shape of his arm is completely movie accurate and looks perfect. And I'll just do the same side profile with the Hot Toys one. No shape of the arm in there. Doesn't flow very naturally at all. And just kind of crinkles up at the bottom. And I did try and flatten it out as much as possible. And then, again, guys, just a last look at the Jackson Zoo straight up. Looks so much nicer. Absolutely amazing. And as I said, the worth the extra few quid to invest in it. So the only thing left to do, guys, really is a comparison. So the only way I can do that is to use the MMS 293 on the right hand side, Batman Returns, wearing the Jackson Zoo cape, and the Hot Toys MMS 693 89 Batman 2.0 wearing its original Hot Toys cape. Now you can see straight off the bat that the difference is night and day. There's no crinkling there on the Jackson Zoo, and you can see all the crinkling there on the Hot Toys one. So immediately you can see a massive difference. Then again, posing them side by side with the cape over the shoulder as it is presented in the movie sometimes, and you can see that the Hot Toys one there just doesn't sit very nice. And again, I've done the best I could, guys, to try and get it folded over. And even with more material in the Jackson Zoo one, it just sits so much better than the Hot Toys one, and is so much more natural looking. And then the back, guys, there is just really no comparison there. From the back, that is just night and day. The Jackson Zoo one beats it hands down. And the thing about the Jackson Zoo one as well is, if you want to pose it kind of a different way, you can fold. If I can just get it folded over there without knocking the other guy over, you can see you can just fold. You can fold it that way as well, guys, to have it a slightly different way, and that probably looks even better again. There you go, guys. Absolutely night and day the difference. And I'll say it again, well worth the investment to get that Jackson Zoo cape. So guys, I will leave you with some pictures of the Jackson Zoo cape. And thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe and support the channel. Thanks guys.